We're going to be covering GEO Group, so I'll let Dom share his screen and he'll tell you guys what the company's all about.
So today we're talking about the GEO Group. Essentially what they do is they kind of have like a portfolio of like facilities. And what they kind of do is either manage or lease them for like mostly government purposes. Some of the like stuff in their portfolio revolves around like private prisons, rehabilitation centers, detention centers, re-entry from people that are coming in and out of the country, things like that. And so most of the stuff they do is within the United States. However, they have expanded into other countries like the UK, Australia, South Africa. And so a lot of their a lot of their work is essentially based around government contracts. So they kind of give like a breakdown of like how their different revenues come from and things like that. And so like that's most of their biggest thing. They're trying to fill like gaps in like aging government infrastructure, mostly with prisons, but in other elements too that are kind of like adjacent to that. Like I mentioned before with like ICE detention centers, mental institutions, and that's kind of where like they're trying to like carve out their part of the market is just like aging stuff that just has to be new stuff that governments need for housing people for a variety of reasons. So I'll let Matt take over now and he'll kind of talk about like the finances of the Geo company.
Great, thank you, Dom. Free cash flow. So how are they doing cash-wise? And it's not great, the story here. The stock price actually is crazy, so we'll get to that in a second. So in 2020, they had 332 million. 2021, it was 213 million. 2022 was 206 million. 2023 was 211 million, and now it's 201 million. So from 2020 to now, it's their free cash flow has been decreasing, which isn't great. But what's interesting is that they've had an insane return for 2024. Their return was like 158% for the year, and they're already up 25%. Also nuts. So, and I'll share Tipranks and Alpha Spread in a second. So right now the stock is undervalued by about 12%, and that's going to come in line with Tipranks. Tipranks is, I think it's 17%, and that's based off historical growth. If I use Wall Street forecast is going to be overvalued, but I think historicals are more in line with this company. And this is Tipranks here. So you have 2 buys, 1 hold, 17% upside. So, I mean, the thing is, I don't think there's really much there. I think it's more of a trade, like Dom and I were discussing before. And I think the trade's kind of over because it already rallied 158% for the year. So, I don't see, maybe there is 17% upside, but I would say that's probably about it. I think Tipranks is right on this one. Yeah, is there anything else you wanted to add, Dom?
No, not too much. I definitely think it's more of a trade just because
Yeah.
if you're in the United States or know the United States politics, Donald Trump got reelected, and one of his big things was trying to help remove immigrants, or not immigrants, illegal alien immigrants of the United States, and so that's been a rallying cry for a lot of people. And so obviously with this being like a stock, or excuse me, a company that deals with base services and like federal prisons, things like that, it's definitely right up their alley when they hear things like that. That's going to be a lot of growth revenue for them, I should say. But I don't know how long that would last just because, these things come and go.
Yeah, it's cyclical. Okay. Yeah, I agree. All right. Thank you, Dom. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.